We're up on the stage today with the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center. My friends Ricky and Sean, thank you guys for joining me. A great lineup today, but I want to point out an event is happening tonight. So I know you guys are watching the show right now at 7 o'clock, but it's happening at 7:30. If you could still swing on over, go ahead and do that. So let's start with that one.
Exactly. It can't be Notre Dame in March without some Irish music.
Yes. Happy St. Patrick's Day week.
Exactly. So we have Martin Hayes is the preeminent Irish fiddler, and he's put together a wonderful group to perform. It's mainly music, but we do have some Irish dancing as well.
Okay.
And in fact, before the performance in the lobby, we have some local Irish musicians playing, giving you a little appetizer of what's to come.
Well, hopefully we'll get this on our website and our Facebook page ahead of time so people have time to get over there. But it is really a great, unique. Are they coming over from Ireland?
Oh yeah, they are 100% Irish. In fact, a couple of the musicians will be meeting with our Irish language studies folks to sort of, they know each other, so you know, bring them all together to chit-chat a little bit more about Ireland before the performance.
That's wonderful. Awesome. Okay, and then what do we have coming up next?
We have, at the end of March, we have Jacques Schwartzbart and Carl-Henri Morisset. So Jacques plays the saxophone and Carl-Henri plays the piano.
Okay.
It's a sort of, it's a jazz duo.
Nice.
And this is in conjunction with a French conference that's taking place on campus that week.
Yes, and we were talking about that last time too. Okay, so this is all part of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's a free performance open to the public.
Oh, that's
because
important.
it's part of this conference, they've decided to open it up for free.
That's wonderful. And I know you were telling me ahead of time, but the gentleman who's the saxophonist is quite accomplished.
Yeah. So he was voted best saxophone player in France. You know,
that's incredible.
And Carl-Henri Morisset, the pianist, has won a number of awards. So it's really a treat for an afternoon of jazz music, and once again, free. So come on, stop on by.
Yeah, and when is that one happening?
That is March 28th at 4 p.m. So in the afternoon.
Okay, perfect. All right, Ricky, tell us what you got on your lineup. Let's get it started.
Well, we got some new movies and movie magic. We're recording this before the Oscars, but it's airing after the Oscars. So maybe some of these will win Oscars. I don't know, but at this point, as of recording, they're nominees.
Okay.
So in the foreign language category, we have Surat, which is coming out of Morocco.
Yeah.
Has some great rave scenes in the desert, people dancing in the desert, among other things. And also a documentary called Mr. Nobody Against Putin, which is about a school teacher's efforts to undermine Vladimir Putin's regime.
Oh, very
interesting. And it's a documentary following that course of action. And then we have some concert films. We have 3 that are clustered. We have Moon Age Daydream, which is from a couple years ago about David Bowie. The classic Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. And then this new one from Baz Luhrmann, who directed Elvis. In the course of that, he found all of this unaired, unseen Elvis footage and compiled it into a concert film of itself.
So what exactly is a concert film?
Basically recording a live band performing and cutting it together and making something cinematic out of it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Is that kind of like what they did with Taylor Swift recently?
Very similar.
Okay.
Very similar. Now, some of this footage wasn't intended for kind of film, so it's kind of a different pathway there as opposed to Taylor, who's planning it. But it's great, and it's his latter days in residency, and you get to see Elvis really, like, literally sweating. And it's an amazing film.
I know our Elvis lovers are going to be here for that one for sure.
I would hope so. I would hope so for sure. And then lastly, with Michiana Veg Fest, we do an annual screening, and we're doing a film out of Argentina called Collective Monologue that looks at people who work in animal rescuers and people who work in zoos and their relationships with animals. And it's broadly just a film that really makes us think how we are really connected to animals and what it takes for us to give them comfortable lives.
I love that. I love it. And it's so important too. So it's good to hear.
And that's also free and a precursor for the big Michiana Veg Fest.
Wonderful. When is that happening?
That is happening at the end of April.
End of April. Okay, perfect. All right.
But the film is the end of March.
Okay, good to know.
And we also have some special events too. As we mentioned, Aissa Maega will be here offering a keynote address to that French conference.
Perfect.
Just a superstar, intellectual, actor, director, activist, everything. And she'll be talking about her career in the Leyden Concert Hall. This will be a big event.
Okay.
It's open to the public. It will be in English. It was in French for a while, but now they made it in English. So those of us who aren't French speaking can can join in as
Perfect.
well and understand everything that's happening. With New Industry Dance, we have a screening of their shorts called Fieldwork. As part of their Fieldworks program, we do short dance films and performances, and they'll be on hand to also discuss those.
Okay.
We also have something that WNIT already sneak peeked, this film called The Magic Lantern, which is directed by Eli Brown, a local, or he doesn't live here now, but from South Bend, about his mother, Marika Brown, who is a Holocaust survivor.
Okay.
So WNIT and the Jewish Federation and others will be coming together on Holocaust remembrance to screen the film and discuss it and unpack all of the wisdom that is in her experiences. It's truly a striking film.
It is, and what a great partnership. I'll have that.
It's great.
Yeah.
And then lastly, as for special events, we have I was going to say like 14th annual, but it's much less than that. I think we're up to 8th annual Jesus Christ Superstar Sing Along every Holy
Sing along
every Holy Thursday.
All right. Get your
And that's
friends
a
out.
range of notes. You got to go from like Caiaphas to Judas, or Jesus even. And it's great. We do it every year, and people come and sing or just listen to me sing and laugh and have a good time.
This is a great one because my husband, if ever I want to sing in a musical, he's like, you can't, right? Because you want to watch the performance. This is your opportunity to shine, folks.
Yep.
I love it. Now you have more events coming up too.
Of course, yeah.
And we're talking through like the end of the spring semester, right?
Correct,
okay,
exactly.
And the next one's coming up on my birthday.
On your birthday, mid-April, April 17th. And this is Allie Stroker. She's a Broadway star. She won a Tony for her role in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And she was the first wheelchair user to win a Tony, which is exciting.
Amazing.
And so with that, we plan, all of our venues are accessible. We expect some folks to come out who relate with her being wheelchair users. We have a dear patron, one of ours, who's hard of hearing, so we'll have ASL interpretation at the event.
Oh, great.
And of course, we have assistive listening devices, so, all of our events are accessible, but when the artist, has some, specific accessibility needs, we know that we want to sort of amp it up on those performances.
Yes, absolutely. I love that it's an accessible area here across the entire performing set.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All the venues, fully accessible.
So is she going to be singing?
She is. It's a sort of a cabaret evening of a mix of Broadway tunes and Broadway hits. So her and a piano, and it's going to be great.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, then what's coming up next?
And then sort of ending the live performance part of the season with Michelle Can, who is a classical pianist. Okay. She will be performing across the parking lot in the O'Neill Hall of Music at the recital hall over there. Which is perfect for a solo pianist. The size is super intimate and beautiful. So
and on your website, do you guys have maps so people know where to get and how and where to park and all that kind of stuff too?
And luckily, it's right in front of the stadium, so plenty of parking over there.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, now next coming up.
We end the season with a children's performance of Treasure Island. So each year we bring in all the first graders from South Bend to see a performance.
How cool.
And then we make the weekend performances open to the public.
Okay.
And so this is the classic Treasure Island tale, sort of re-envisioned for a younger audience because we're targeting those first graders.
Yeah.
So it's just there'll be 4 actors playing all the characters.
Oh,
they'll be
fun.
going from on the ship to the Treasure Island, all over the world on stage here.
And this one has a local connection too.
Exactly. So the director is Cassie Misevich. She grew up in South Bend. She went to Notre Dame, got her master's in children's theater, and is coming back from Arkansas and bringing her theater company with her.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'll be good to have her here. All right. We have just a little bit more time. Tell me what else you have, because I know we are coming to the end of the semester. We want to get all these films in.
So we have a couple more things in terms of, we were talking about concert films. We have these live performances that are captured and then we're able to replay.
Okay.
So if you're interested in opera, we have a performance from the Met of Tristan and Isolde, which is, a solid 5.5 hours. So you get your money's worth. Like, bring a canteen.
Wear your comfy clothes.
Yeah, exactly. All of the above. But that's a Met performance. And then from National Theater Live, we have a performance of Hamlet, So for those of you who saw Hamnet recently here, sold out performances, you can come and see the show that is the show within the show. And this is it's kind of cliche to say, a modern take on, but it is a modern take on Hamlet.
Okay, good.
And I think people will find it very winsome. And then lastly, our Sunday family films, $1 to get in, $1 for pop, $1 for popcorn. Professor Fingerfunder has some that are getting made. Hoosiers, to align with March Madness. We got that up and going.
Yeah, well, we went from the Olympics over to March Madness.
That's right, keep it going. Well, sports all semester. And then $1 Million Mermaid, which is a swimming picture from back in the day when they would do, you know, big aqua numbers. And then we have the Eagle Huntress, which is a documentary about a Mongolian girl who is striving to become the first certified eagle huntress of her country.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for giving us the lineup. These are your chances to come see everything that you have here to offer through the end of the spring. So thank you guys so much. It's been a great year with you guys.
You as well.
And remind everyone where they can find out more information about tickets, parking, and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So on our website at performingarts.nd.edu.
Perfect. Thank you guys.
Thanks.